Welcome to Radiant Aging, where growing older means growing stronger, healthier, and happier every day. Have you ever found yourself lying awake at night, thoughts racing, heart heavy, wondering why it feels so hard to just feel calm? You're not alone. Life doesn't magically get easier just because we get older. In fact, sometimes it feels like the opposite. There are new worries, new aches, and the pace of the world just keeps getting faster. But here's the good news. Peace is still possible. Deep, lasting peace. The kind that quiets your mind, soothes your spirit, and brings a little more joy into your everyday life. You see, stress doesn't just go away with time. If anything, it changes shape. Maybe it used to come from raising kids or work deadlines, and now it looks more like worrying about health, finances, or feeling a bit more alone than you used to. That's real and it matters. But it also means we need new ways, simple ways, to take care of our peace. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. In this video, I want to share with you 5 simple, gentle things you can do to reduce stress and invite more peace into your days. These aren't complicated strategies. You won't need fancy equipment or big lifestyle changes. Just a willingness to try and a little curiosity to see what might help you feel lighter, calmer, more connected to the life you have right now. So let's start with something that may sound too simple to be true. Your breath. Most of us don't even think about it. It's automatic, something our body does in the background. But it's also one of the most powerful tools we have to calm our nervous system. When stress hits, your breathing usually becomes shallow and quick. That sends a message to your brain that says, something's wrong, and your body responds. Tense muscles, racing thoughts, maybe even that knot in your stomach. But when you slow your breath, everything begins to shift. Here's a little practice you can try. Right now if you'd like. Breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 counts. Hold it for 4. And breathe out gently through your mouth for 6. Let's do it together. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Feel that? Even one breath can begin to change the way you feel. Imagine what 2 minutes could do. The next time you feel your shoulders creeping up or your thoughts spinning, come back to your breath. It's always there. It doesn't cost a thing. And it works. Now, let's talk about something else that often gets overlooked, especially in our later years. The healing power of movement. I'm not talking about hitting the gym or running marathons. I mean simple, joyful movement. A short walk in the fresh air. Stretching your arms and legs when you wake up. Swaying to your favorite song in the living room. Movement is medicine. It helps release built-up stress, boosts feel-good chemicals in your brain, and connects you back to your body, which, let's face it, can sometimes feel a little stiff or forgotten. A lot of people think, I'm too old for that now. But you're not. You just need to move in a way that works for you. Even 5 to 10 minutes of gentle motion each day can make a difference, not just physically, but emotionally too. When your body feels more alive, your mind follows. And here's something really beautiful. Movement doesn't have to be exercise. It can be gardening, dancing while you do the dishes, reaching up to open the curtains in the morning, and letting the sunlight touch your skin. These little things are acts of love for yourself. And every time you move, you're reminding your body, I'm still here. I still matter. Now, let's add one more piece to this picture. Connection. Not just being around people, but truly connecting. Having someone to talk to, laugh with, share stories with. It's easy to feel disconnected as we age. Friends move away, loved ones pass on, and we sometimes find ourselves spending more time alone than we used to. But human connection is like water for the soul. We were never meant to do this life alone. Maybe that means calling a friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Or joining a small group in your community. Even saying hello to the neighbor next door or chatting with the cashier at the grocery store. These moments may seem small, but they build something big inside us. A sense of belonging, of being seen and valued. And if you feel like there's no one around right now, don't give up. New connections can happen at any age, whether it's through a hobby group, a church, a volunteer program, or even online. There are people out there who would love to meet someone like you. You bring more to the table than you know. Your experience, your kindness, your stories, they matter. When you start to build those small moments of connection, when you smile at someone and they smile back, it reminds you that you're not invisible, that you're still a part of something bigger than yourself. And believe me, the heart responds. It softens, the tension releases, even if just a little, and that little bit is often all you need to make the day feel lighter. Now, let's talk about something deeply powerful, yet often underestimated: the way we speak to ourselves. You know that little voice in your head, the one that narrates your day? Sometimes it can be kind and encouraging, but other times it can be critical, even cruel. You're too old for this. You should have figured this out by now. Why can't you just be happy? We all have that voice. But what many people don't realize is that we can actually change the way it speaks to us. It just takes practice. When you catch yourself saying something harsh or unkind in your mind, take a moment. Would you say those same words to someone you love? To a grandchild? A dear friend? If the answer is no, then it's time to speak to yourself the same way you'd speak to them. With kindness, with understanding, and a little patience. Instead of "I'm a burden," try "I'm doing my best and that's enough." Instead of "I should be stronger," try "I'm strong for still showing up every day." This simple shift in your inner dialogue can dramatically lower your stress levels and build up your emotional resilience. And over time, that kindness becomes a habit, a gentle rhythm that supports you even in the hard moments. There's something truly freeing about realizing that peace isn't something we have to earn or wait for. It's something we can create for ourselves, one thought at a time. Just like tending a garden, the more compassion you plant in your mind, the more beauty you grow in your life. Another way to nurture that peace is to create moments of stillness. The world we live in, even for those of us no longer working or raising kids, is noisy. The TV hums in the background. Phones buzz with notifications. Our minds jump from one worry to the next, even if our bodies are sitting still. But real stillness, the kind that helps you breathe deeper and feel calmer, comes when we choose a pause. You don't need a special meditation cushion or a perfect routine. Stillness can be as simple as sitting by the window with a cup of tea and letting your eyes rest on the trees outside. It can be turning off the TV for 10 quiet minutes and just listening to the birds. It can be closing your eyes and letting your thoughts float by like clouds without needing to chase or fix any of them. Even 5 minutes of this kind of stillness a day can lower your stress levels, reduce blood pressure, and help your mind feel less tangled. Think of it like pressing a reset button. The more you give yourself space to be still, the more you begin to notice what truly matters and let go of what doesn't. And while we're here, let me say this. It's okay if your version of peace looks different than someone else's. For some, peace is found in silence. For others, it's in soft music or reading a book or saying a prayer. What matters is that it feels right to you, that it gives you a sense of grounding, of comfort, of being at home within yourself. Stress might be part of life, yes, but so is joy. So is calm. And when you create space for these simple practices, slowing your breath, moving your body, connecting with others, speaking kindly to yourself, and embracing stillness, you begin to shift the way your days feel. You stop bracing for the next problem and start opening to the peace that's already waiting for you, right here in this very moment. You don't need to fix everything all at once. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to begin gently, lovingly, and with the faith that you are worthy of a life that feels peaceful and full. As you begin to welcome those quieter moments into your life, you might notice something surprising. Your body starts to relax in ways you didn't even realize were possible. Your shoulders soften. Your jaw unclenches. That tightness in your chest loosens up. It's as if your whole body says, "Thank you," and it means it. Now let's take that even deeper. One of the most overlooked ways to reduce stress and bring more peace into your day is by being fully present in what you're doing, whatever that is. You don't need to be sitting in a meditation retreat. To practice mindfulness, you can start right in your own kitchen. Have you ever noticed how different it feels to make a cup of tea when you're rushing versus when you're doing it with intention? When you pause to feel the warmth of the mug in your hands, breathe in the steam, and really taste that first sip, that's presence. That's peace. The next time you're washing the dishes, folding clothes, or watering your plants, try giving it your full attention, just for a moment. Listen to the sound of the water. Feel the texture of the fabric. Notice the scent of the flowers. When you do this, you invite your mind to rest in the now, instead of worrying about yesterday or tomorrow. And when your mind rests, your heart often follows. It doesn't have to be perfect. You might drift off into thought, and that's okay. Just come back to what you're doing. Gently, kindly. That small act of returning, again and again, is how peace becomes part of your rhythm, not just a special treat. There's one more piece to this puzzle that often gets forgotten, but it's so powerful, especially as we age. And that's letting go of things we can't control. You've lived through so much already. Changes in the world, in your health, in relationships, in routines. And through all of it, you've kept going. That alone is something to be proud of. But stress is a way of sneaking into the little things, the news, the traffic, a frustrating phone call, someone else's bad mood. It's easy to get swept up in trying to fix things, manage them, or carry the weight for everyone else. But the truth is, peace often comes not from doing more, but from releasing what was never yours to carry in the first place. So the next time something feels heavy or out of your control, pause. Ask yourself, is this mine to fix? If the answer is no, then give yourself permission to let it go. You don't need to hold everything. You don't need to solve every problem. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is step back, take a breath, and choose peace instead of pressure. This doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you start protecting your own well-being with the same care you give others. Because your peace matters. Your calm matters. You matter. And here's something else that can bring an unexpected sense of peace, gratitude. Not the kind you feel pressure to have, but the kind that quietly sneaks up on you when you notice the sunlight through your curtains, the sound of your favorite song, or the smile of someone you love. Gratitude doesn't erase your worries, but it does change your focus. It gently shifts your attention from what's missing to what's already here. And in that shift, something beautiful happens. You feel more grounded, more whole, less caught up in what's wrong, and more open to what's right. Try this. At the end of each day, take just a moment to think of 3 things that brought you comfort or joy. They can be small, a good meal, a kind word, the way the breeze felt on your face. As you name them, aloud or silently, you're building a habit of noticing the good. And the more you notice it, the more of it you'll begin to see. Peace doesn't always come with fireworks or grand gestures. Sometimes it's as simple as a moment of quiet, a kind word to yourself, a breath taken with intention. And when you begin to stack those moments together, day by day, they begin to create something lasting, a life that feels calmer, lighter, and more yours. You've earned that kind of life. You've lived long enough to know that time is precious. And while stress may still come and go, you now have tools to meet it with more strength and grace. You don't have to chase peace. You just have to choose it, moment by moment, one gentle breath at a time. There's something beautiful that happens when you give yourself permission to slow down, breathe deeply, and let go of the noise around you. It's like the world softens just a bit, and suddenly you can hear your own heart again. That's not a small thing. That's a powerful shift. As we bring this conversation to a close, I want to remind you of something that's easy to forget. Peace is not something you have to earn or chase. It's already within you. Sometimes it just needs a little space to rise to the surface, whether it's through a short walk in the morning, sitting quietly with a cup of tea, taking a moment to laugh with someone you love, or simply closing your eyes and taking a slow breath. Those are not just small habits. They're little gifts you give yourself. And each one whispers to your nervous system, you're safe. You're okay. You're allowed to rest. Even if your days are busy or your health isn't quite what it used to be, you still have the ability to create peace in your own way. It doesn't need to look perfect. It just needs to feel like you. Maybe that's humming along to an old song, or writing in a journal, or calling an old friend. Peace shows up in the places where your soul feels seen and your heart feels light. And if you ever feel like you've strayed too far from calm, just remember, it's never too late to come back to it. No matter what your past looks like or how many stressful seasons you've been through, you still have the right to live the rest of your life with gentleness, joy, and ease. This stage of life, your golden years, isn't meant to be filled with worry and weight. It's meant to be savored. It's the time to finally say yes to the things that make you feel alive. To let go of the should-haves and focus on the right nows. To smile more often, stress a little less, and realize that peace isn't something far away. It's something you can feel today. And if no one has told you this lately, you're doing just fine. Life is messy. It's unpredictable. But here you are, still learning, still growing, still showing up. That's worth celebrating. So take what feels helpful from today's video. Start small. Maybe just choose one thing. A breath, a pause, a walk, a moment of gratitude. Let that be enough for today. And tomorrow, maybe you add another. You don't need to overhaul your life to feel better. Sometimes all it takes is a few gentle shifts, repeated over time, to create a whole new experience of living. If this video brought you any comfort or inspiration, I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to share what resonated with you in the comments. Your words might help someone else feel a little more understood, a little less alone. And if you'd like more videos like this simple, uplifting advice to help you live well after 60, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're building a little corner of the internet where aging is celebrated, not feared, and where every year is another chance to grow, smile, and thrive. Here's to fewer worries, more calm, and the peaceful, joyful life you absolutely deserve. You're not just getting older. You're getting wiser, freer, and more in touch with what truly matters. Thanks for spending this time with me. Take care of yourself, and remember, the best is still to come.